Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 17 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Yesterday, I debuted a brand new team. It's a really fun one, so if you haven't seen the last episode, I really highly recommend it, but just gonna jump back into things and continue to look for some more fun games with this. I was using my Oregon Regional Championship team for quite a while now, but it's time to move on, and yesterday's episode was really fun, so hopefully we get some more good games with this. I've got to feature a lot of the cool tricks already, and this team definitely has some weaknesses that I need to patch up. I think one of the things that I ran into is the combination of Scarf, Tapu Lele plus Cortana, so need to go back to the drawing board and figure out how to beat that lead combination in particular, but it's definitely a really fun team. I kind of just theory bombed this and threw it together really quickly, so it's like a lot of my teams, you know, there are definitely clear weaknesses and holes, but one of the ways is just kind of playing games and figuring out what to improve on. But kind of scared already because I do see Scarf Lele, or I see Lele and Cortana. If that's Choice Scarf, that could be a problem. But my opponent here has a team of Cortana, Arcanine, Now Eagle, Tapu Lele, Snorlax, and the Buzzwole. So if it's not Scarf Lele, like Pheromosa here would be so good. And I think I can actually lead Arcanine Pheromosa to figure out whether it's Scarfed or not. Unless it's Max Speed Lele, which also could be a problem. So we're going with those two. Feeney's kind of tempting if my opponent brings Arcanine. I'd love Snorlax here. I really would. Not sure it's the best thing to bring, though. Persian you could still make a case for foul play. Okay, Pheromosa, Arcanine, Snorlax, and Persian. Yep, I think I like that, because Pheromosa hits everything for neutral or super effective. Arcanine gets an Intimidate off. But if it's Scarf Lele, I'm telling you, this is just going to be GG right from the start, so I'm very worried about that, but hopefully it's not. I really need something better for Scarf Lele, though. Scarf Lele plus Cortana. What's something that can beat both of those? Gonna have to go back to the drawing board. But, yep, as always, if you guys enjoy Road to Ranked, please show support by leaving a like in the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this team in particular as well. Let's see what my opponent brings out there. That's a really cool team. I mean, Buzzwole is a Pokemon that I think deserves more usage. We saw Tommy Cooling use it to get top 8 at the Melbourne International Championship, which was very cool. But, let's see what comes out. I think, yeah, if it's Scarf Lele, you would think it's going to come out as a lead. But no Lele, which is good. Now we go Cortana. That's quite nice, actually. Because I do get the Intimidate off, and Pheromosa can one-shot either of these Pokemon. So, I mean, the obvious play is I can just, like, knock out the... just, like, high jump kick Flare Blitz. But I kind of want to E-Speed, because I think Now Eagle might have Sash. However, Lele could come in and give me some problems there. Yeah, I think I'm going to double up on a Now Eagle, though. This is kind of risky, but I'm willing to take that risk. Oh, okay. It's not the worst case scenario. I thought, like, switching around the other way would make sense. Okay, Cortana protects, so that makes sense. Just a shame. Maybe I could have Flare Blitzed that slot. Now it's really a question of, are you Scarf Lele? Because if you are, I'm still kind of screwed. Am I actually? I mean, I could just Flare Blitz protect here. Oh wait, I'm locked into Extreme Speed. Whoops. It's not good. Not good at all. Okay, I'm gonna bring in... I really hope it's not Scarf Lele, but I feel like it is. I'm going to bring in Snorlax and Acid Downpour Lele. Cortana switches out, okay. Okay, if that's not Scarf Lele, this should just knock it out. So Intimidate comes out. It's going to be me at -1, but -1 Acid Downpour still should knock out Lele. So I'm going to bring in Snorlax. Please. Yes! Acid Downpour takes another victim. This should knock it out. I'm not entirely sure. But at -1, I think I should still be able to, because I am admin instead of being Jolly. I think, does Jolly, if you're Jolly, can you actually outspeed Modest Tapu Lele with Scarf? I think so, maybe. Because, like, who runs Jolly Pheromosa, right? Hey! Okay, that's so good for me. That's so good. It's still far from over, but like knocking out Lele is always important because of how big of a threat it is against my Arcanine. But okay, let's see what comes in. Kartana, that's fine. That's super fine. Yeah, I can now bring in my own Arcanine again to get the Intimidate on both of these physical attackers, and I think I'm just gonna protect here. Yeah, there's little downside, I think, to playing it safe here. I could high jump kick either, but I want to see if, like, if either Kartana or Arcanine protects or detects here, then I can just launch a high jump kick safely into that slot next turn. And I don't want to give Kartana a potential Beast Boost just yet, so I might as well get this free Intimidate off. Yeah, my goal should really be to knock out Kartana right now, though. And there's the Protect. Perfect. So, yeah. Don't want to high jump kick into the Protect, obviously. And Frill Blitz into the Protect, which is very perfect here. So, I think Kartana definitely switches out into Now Ego. But even if you do, like, Flare Blitz plus high jump kick is pretty good, right? Okay, let's say Kartana doesn't switch out and Flare Blitz goes out onto me. Now Ego is actually still a problem, so I should actually consider the Now Ego, and I'm going to play it safe here by close combating Kartana, which actually should cover both options, and switching into my Persian. Yeah. I haven't taken any damage yet, but Now Ego in general is kind of a concern for my team. But, so I'll bring in Persian. Okay, yeah, Kartana switches out. Nice. So that's good, because Arcanine on my opponent's end shouldn't be able to do too much. Close combat should knock out Now Ego or bring it down to its sash. Wow, that's max speed Arcanine on my opponent's end too, or Scarf. One of the two. As Flare Blitz does around half. No, it's just Jolly. Interesting. Most Arcanines with Life Orb typically are Admit, but yep, close combat comes out. Doesn't knock out Now Ego, but it's close enough. And another Flare Blitz won't even knock out my Persian. In fact, it would actually proc my Berry, so I'd prefer for that to happen. But that's good for me. Yeah, I want to conserve my Intimidate, so I'm going to bring my Snorlax back in now. And I'm just going to go for a Foul Play, which should knock out the Now Ego since it's so low. So it looks like my opponent's staying in with both, although we do speed tight with Arcanine. But I would not mind if Arcanine switched out right now. Now Ego protects. That was a relatively obvious play, but that's still fine with me. Foul Play will go into it, but a Flare Blitz from Arcanine won't knock out my... Oh, but it's got close combat, okay. Yeah, so that actually does pick up the knockout, which is kind of sad. But, I mean, now I get to bring in my Pheromosa. And I still have Arcanine in the back. But that was definitely a very good play by my opponent's end. Actually, I could just bring in my own Arcanine now, yeah. Because I can E-Speed. But, actually, I don't want to do that, yeah. Because I want to conserve Arcanine where I can just close out the game. Life Orb Arcanine with close combat, that's pretty interesting. I could also speed swap right now into something. The best play is to just high jump kick Now Ego and Facade Arcanine. Yeah. Unless I miss high jump kick, which actually would be very bad. Okay, no double. That's good. And I get it. Even if it got the double protect, actually if it got the double protect, that could have been quite bad, because then Flare Blitz just knocks me out. So maybe I should have considered the downside if my opponent gets the double, because it's not like the odds of that are astronomically slim. But Flare Blitz will come out. It's going to knock out Pheromosa, but the Facade should knock out Arcanine because it's going to take Life Orb Recoil, and it's at -1 from close combat. And the Life Orb Recoil. Sorry, Life Orb, Flare Blitz Recoil. Yeah, and Facade should pick up that knockout cleanly. So now with Arcanine in the back, I can just bring in Arcanine, Intimidate, and close out the game. But, yeah, foul playing into Pheromosa might have been a bad play. I could have just foul played into Arcanine, or Quashed. And I didn't anticipate it to have close combat as well, because typically your Life Orb Arcanines are Flare Blitz, Extreme Speed, Wild Charge, and Protect. But, yeah, Arcanine can't beat... I shouldn't say that. Arcanine can definitely beat Arcanine. Kartana can beat Arcanine if it gets a crit when Arcanine switches in and then crits again. But now it doesn't have the ability to do so, so, yep. I'll just Belly Drum to put on some pressure. Flare Blitz knocks it out anyway, even if it's sashed and crits. Oh, it's the Z move, actually. I'm -1. Does that knock me out? Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot, oh, shoot, oh, shoot, oh, shoot, oh, shoot. Unless it targets down the Snorlax for some reason. Why? No, I wanted to see whether... I don't think it knocks my Arcanine out. In fact, actually, yeah, it did just like 75% to Lax. Okay. You should target down Arcanine in that position, though, right? Because it's like, what is Snorlax going to do in a 1v1 situation against you? At least hope that Arcanine's not bulky or hope for a critical hit. Maybe anticipating a Protect there from Arcanine, but still, if you have the Fighting Z move saved up, I think it would have been a better play for my opponent to just target down Arcanine. But we do end up with the win there. Didn't really get to fully set up my Snorlax in this game, and with Kartana on the opponent's field, that's always just a little bit harder to do so. But we do end up with a nice win there, and Acid Downpour from Pheromosa takes yet another victim. I still can't get over that actually works, but I don't know, I'm kind of surprised that people haven't been using Fast Poison Z move, because, like in general as a strategy. Because their Tapu's obviously running around everywhere. And Pheromosa is actually one of the best users of that, just because Tapu Koko outspeeds almost every Pokemon in the format. So Pheromosa is one of the few unique Pokemon that can outspeed Tapu Koko. And with the Z move, you have the ability to just one-shot it. So, yep. Just going to look for our next game today. And that was pretty exciting. I didn't get to feature the full Snorlax strategy. I still can't believe, like, in the first game yesterday, like, Snorlax immediately just came out and did work. But, well, hopefully we can do more kind of the strategies around Snorlax in this next game. And there's another Tapu Lele, Kartana. Oh, and a Murkrow, which we lost to yesterday. So, a lot of ugly stuff there on my opponent's team in terms of matchup. Lele, Arcanine, Garchomp, Kartana, Murkrow, and Ninetales. Okay. So, my mistake yesterday was not knocking out Murkrow early enough. So, I need to do that this time. So, I'm definitely leading Arcanine. Yeah. Arcanine's really good for the most part, other than Garchomp. Arcanine and... Part of me wants Feeny, the other part wants Snorlax. You know, Feeny's not bad here, honestly, yeah. Snorlax is really good here if I can knock out the Kartana. So I think I'm actually going to go Snorlax, Pheromosa. Yeah. But the other issue is that my opponent has a potential Tailwind, most definite Tailwind actually, from the Murkrow, so that's going to be scary. Murkrow's really cool in general. Kind of shocked we caught Murkrow in 2 episodes in a row. Like, that's definitely not something I would have anticipated, because it's not, you know, a meta Pokemon by any chance, but definitely something that can put in a lot of work, as yesterday's Murkrow demonstrated. So, we're going to get into this second game. Let's see what Tiara brings out. Scary team for sure. I think Ninetales is one of the Pokemon I don't really like playing with this team either, just because they always have the Focus Sash. But with Pheromosa not having Sash, obviously I'm not as concerned about the Hail. So Tiara here is going to bring out the Murkrow and the Kartana. Okay, this is actually really good for me. Other than Feeny being here, I guess, because I have that Intimidate immediately. The thing is, I can't see Kartana staying in right now. If I were my opponent, I'd consider switching in Kartana. Like, the thing is, I want to knock out Kartana here so badly if I could. But I feel like you kind of have to switch out here. Yeah, Wild Charge and Flare Blitz do the same amount of damage, so... Flare Blitz Murkrow. Does that knock it out? I don't know. You could double up into Murkrow here. If I were my opponent, I would switch Kartana out into Garchomp, though, which is why I want to Moonblast that slot. Garchomp? Not the... I'll still take that, I guess. But, good switch, for sure. Could have Flare Blitzed that for a knockout, though. And Tailwind goes up, yep. Yeah, this is actually really bad. Lele was a big threat. I should have doubled up into the Kartana slot, actually. Flare Blitz plus Moonblast would knock out Kartana or anything switching. If Kartana detects, then Murkrow can't really do much. Flare Blitz does knock out Murkrow cleanly, but now my opponent has 3 turns of Tailwind fully to take advantage of. So, in retrospect, I really don't like the play that I made. I should have just doubled up into Kartana. Unless Garchomp came in that slot, but still. Wow, Lele took that Moonblast really well. But, I mean, Feeny's not exactly the most offensive Pokemon. So, given that Kartana's in now, my opponent has a pretty safe play of just Psychic, Arcanine, Leaf Blade Feeny. I'm not ready to just give up Arcanine yet. Yeah, so I'll bring in Snorlax and just protect here. Because if I can solo out Tailwind, then Pheromosa just one-shots the Lele. We'll see if Lele's Scarfed here. I don't anticipate it being so, but sometimes you have Scarf bulky Lele. And this Protect is relatively obvious, so we could see a double up until a Lax, but let's see. Leaf Blade. Yeah, okay, into Protect. Psychic. Yeah. So I actually take that decently well. Let's see. I don't want to belly drum here. Sacred Sword could just knock me out. I need to stall out Tailwind, basically. Actually, I think the best way to stall out Tailwind is just recycling this turn. The question here is, though, do I switch Feeny out? Actually, 2 Facades should knock out Wait. No, I'll recycle. And Moonblast. Lele. Ah, I should have switched out. Never mind. Yeah. Ooh, never mind. Feeny's clutch. I know. I forgot that my Feeny is like pretty defensive, but I didn't know the exact damage calcs on that. So that's huge, actually. Ooh, it's Psychic Z. Okay. I wonder if that's going into the Feeny slot. Regardless of who it targets, like, I'm okay, because Feeny was able to survive, and the biggest issue was if Kartana got a Beast boost off. But Shattered Psyche will come out from that Tapu Lele. I think it would target down Lax, yeah, okay. So that, unfortunately, will knock me out. I think. It should, yeah. Which was a great play. But Moonblast here will come out, and we'll do some damage to the Lele, and the most important thing is this next turn I can just double protect by bringing in my Pheromosa. I don't know the item on Kartana, though, which is still a concern. But, yeah, I can at least double protect here. Yeah, today was not the best day for Snorlax, unfortunately, but my opponents just had teams that were so anti-Snorlax. Which is good. I mean, like, Snorlax has been a very integral part of the metagame, so it's good that people are preparing properly for it. And Kartana is a really good Pokemon. Like, I actually had Kartana on my regionals team very specifically because I was kind of worried about my Snorlax matchup in general. Snorlax is just a huge pain in the butt. So, no switch outs here, which is good. I'm just going to double protect. And we'll see where we go from here. Leaf Blade, yep. Into Feeny, and Psychic, Dazzling Gleam, yeah. So pretty clear-cut play there from my opponent. It's fine by me. So I think here, Lele would protect, and Kartana would attack Pheromosa. But Kartana's at neutral right now, and at -1, it shouldn't knock me out. So I think I'm still just going to Poison Jab. Actually, I can Z Poison Jab to pick up a knockout even through Protect. Yeah, and switch out into Arcanine. So Feeny switches out, which means Kartana and Lele are staying in, which is good. If Kartana protects here, then I'll feel very good about my position. I don't think it will, though. But I couldn't risk it being sashed and then high jump kicking and then Lele not protecting. Okay, yeah, Lele protected. So I could have high jump kicked there, but that's fine. I think Acid Downpour should still pick... Oh, it's Scarf. Okay. That's really important information. And the reason why that's important information is because that means Kartana can't detect, and it means that no one else in my opponent's back should be Scarf. So I can just high jump kick that slot next turn for a knockout. I would actually prefer for Acid Downpour not to pick up the knockout here, because I think my opponent's last one's going to be that Garchomp. But it does pick up the knockout, yeah. So I wasn't anticipating Scarf Tana, but I probably should have. So I get the knockout there, but I think the last one's going to be Garchomp. Weirdness disappears. Is it Garchomp? Let's see. What else was there? Ninetales? That would be fine. I'd be very happy. Yep, it's Garchomp. Yeah, that's kind of to be expected. But we know it has to Leaf Blade, right? So you probably Leaf Blade Pheromosa here. Could Earthquake yourself. We haven't seen a Z move yet. That's my main concern, the lack of a Z move. I could also just high jump kick Kartana and switch Arcanine out into Feeny, though. Yeah, I like that play. I lose on a crit, though, which is the scary thing. I could have also high jump kicked. Maybe I should have high jump kicked Garchomp and just flare blitz the, yeah, actually, why didn't I do that? That was so much of a better play. I suppose the downside is if Garchomp protects, right? It didn't protect. Okay, no crit. That's good. Please hit high jump kick. Thank you. So I went for the high jump kick because I know Kartana's not sashed and I know it's Scarf, so it can't protect, so I guarantee the knockout if I connect there. Whereas opposed to where if I high jump kick Garchomp and it protects, then you obviously have the... And it just Earthquakes. Oh, perfect. That shouldn't even knock out Pheromosa. Actually, does it? Oh, that was close, but it doesn't. Nice. Okay, cool. Although now we have, does Garchomp protect Mind Game? Because if it does, then high jump kick just fails. I don't like this still. It's 3-1, but Pheromosa's at +2, but I don't have Ice Beam. I could Speed Swap, but like Garchomp could just attack. I might still lose this. Okay, I like this. Protect and switch out into Arcanine because Earthquake, I don't think knocks out Feeny at -1. Although I think I still lose that way. I just hope Garchomp protects here. If it does, then I should win the game. I should have just high jump kicked Garchomp last turn. He just attacked. Or attacked. Not attacked. Okay. Okay. You gotta protect now, right? Oh, what a doozy. Well played by Tiara there. Let's see. If I were her, I honestly would probably just Earthquake here. This feels like a 50-50. I called it wrong last turn. Now, because of that, don't know if I can call right here either. I would just Earthquake. Actually, Poison Jab plus Moonblast might just knock it out anyway. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I went for Poison Jab and Moonblast thinking, okay, let's say even if Garchomp Earthquakes here, I think Feeny should survive that. And so I would outspeed, get the chip damage off for Moonblast to knock it out. So maybe I should make that same play again, but I don't know if I could survive an Earthquake, and it could Z-move me, so I don't want to risk that. Yeah, I'm just going to high jump kick now. But the downside is I could still miss. Thank you. So +2 high jump kick from Pheromosa. Admit picks up the knockout on Garchomp, and we do end up winning the game. That was very intense. Oh my goodness. Well played by Tiara. I really messed up turn 1, I think, because I was so scared of Murkrow from yesterday, but Lele was a big concern. But Pheromosa, that's why I brought it in this game, its ability to sweep in the late game, given that my opponent's team comp had all Pokemon that were offensive but slower, such as that Tapu Lele, that Kartana, and that Garchomp. But I definitely wasn't anticipating Scarf Tana. If it got a crit too, that would have been pretty bad for me. And in the end there, I don't know. Like, I went for the high jump kick onto like Kartana because I thought it was a safer play. But yeah, I think I maybe could have played that end game slightly better. But definitely a really fun episode for you guys there. Tapu Lele, I mean, the Pheromosa with the Z move takes 2 more Tapus as victims today, so I'm pretty happy about that. Seems like such a silly set, but it's actually demonstrated. It's like worked in every game I've used it so far on Road to Ring, so can't complain about that. But some fun games for you guys. Didn't get to utilize Snorlax as much since this team does rely a little bit more around Snorlax, so hopefully I can do so in the future games. But good games to my opponents today, well played by them, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. As always, please share support by leaving a like on the video if you did enjoy watching it, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys as always, and peace.